morning, American. It's Friday.
It's time for Mornings at 8 with Jonathan Mark on AM 1480 WLEA.
Oh, once again, Paul Harvey right on the money. It is indeed Friday. It's a Friday morning. Finally Friday, the end of the week. Here comes the weekend and yahoo. Let me see what's going on here. You know, I was listening to the news there, and have you seen either photographs or video of Boris Johnson? Okay, Boris Johnson. And now I notice he always looks like he's standing in a high wind. I mean, his hair is like all over the place and is long, you know. And I made the observation a number of months ago that I think Boris Johnson and Donald Trump have the same barber. Because I don't know, man. I don't know about their hair. It's weird. Okay, fine. There you go. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, a reminder that tomorrow at the Hornell High School Auditorium, there will be a free concert. Let me repeat that. A free concert, Christmas Traditions, and that'll be by the Hornell Area Wind Ensemble. So it starts at 7:30. There you go. A little holiday music there. That should be very nice. And what else? As you heard on Brian's News, ArcPort voters have approved Phase 2 of the Capital Project. It's a 3-phase plan. It'll cost $10.7 million. And according to the school officials there are no additional local taxes associated with the project. And that's good. And what else? What will it entail? Let me see. They'll replace the 16-year-old steam boilers. 16-year-old boilers, yeah, okay, and piping with a new high-efficiency hot water system. It'll renovate the small gym and fitness center, including installing a new secure main entrance, upgrading classrooms, offices, and the nurses' suite, renovating the bus garage, and reconstructing the main driveway. Construction should begin spring of 2021 and be completed by the spring of 2022, so it'll be a year-long project. And what else have we here? Oh, this really is big news. Hornell has a new firefighter, and her name is Jackie Lewis. Jackie Lewis becomes the city's first ever female firefighter. How do you like that? At yesterday's Board of Public Safety meeting, Mayor John Buckley and Fire Chief Frank Brzezowski announced the hiring of the first ever female firefighter. According to Buckley, Lewis has an extensive background in the volunteer world, both on the firefighting side and the ambulance side. And Buckley said, "We think she's going to do a great job for us and be a tremendous asset to the HFD for years to come." And he calls it an historic moment for the city of Hornell. And indeed it is, the first female firefighter. All righty. And also, at the Board of Public Safety meeting yesterday, that fire, the fire, it was just about a month ago. This is what, the 13th? When was the fire on Preston Avenue? November 17th, I think. I don't recall. Anyway, it was about a month ago. And a lot of area firefighters, a lot of area fire companies contributed to the effort to fight that fire. And it was a bad one, a really, really bad fire. And at the Board of Public Safety meeting, the mayor and commissioners recognized all those who contributed to helping with a massive fire. Representatives from all local volunteer fire companies in the valley were on hand to receive a plaque and handshake from the mayor, the HPD and HFD chiefs. Recognized were Arkport, Canisteo, Fremont, South Hornell, and North Hornell. And also commended were the many officers from the HPD and the Sheriff's Department who were immediately on the scene and responsible for possibly saving lives. You don't know. It was a really bad fire. And while we're on that topic, news moves really fast. And you figure, well, the fire was last month, and everybody got out okay, except a couple of family pets. That's no good. But all humans got out okay. And you think, well, okay, that was last month. But then you think, really, those people who were displaced lost everything they had, right? And so they're still out there dealing with the aftermath and the after effects of the fire. But as I said, news moves so fast that you don't really think of it anymore. But they are still there, and a lot of people helped them out. Boy, yeah, congratulations, I think, should go out to everybody who donated whatever, whether it be goods or money or something, So they should be congratulated too. And when you think of the victims of that fire, just keep them in your prayers, right? Just keep them in your prayers because they still lost everything they had, right? So they're still dealing with the effects of the fire, even though it's been a month. As I said, news moves fast and you don't really think of it anymore, but they're still out there. And Christmas is coming. This is the 13th. It's on the 25th. So let me see. 25 minus 13 is 12 days away. It's 12 days away. So, I don't know. As I said, keep the victims in your prayers. And what else have we here? Oh, well, where did I find this? On the Empire Report news page by way of the Daily Star. But technology is wonderful, isn't it, though? Really, really nice. It does have a couple of downsides, such as you're watching your TV, a smart TV, it's quite possible that your smart TV is watching you. I don't want to sound paranoid here, but it's possible that your smart TV is watching you. Anyway, U.S. Senator Charles Schumer is calling on federal regulators to put the brakes on the ability of hackers and apps to gain personal information about consumers through their smart TVs. He was speaking to reporters from his Washington office yesterday, and he said that televisions capable of connecting to the internet are expected to rank high on the list of holiday gift buyers. So, he says while the risk of cell phones being hacked are generally well known, Schumer contends that many people remain unaware that their state-of-the-art TV sets could be a gateway for intruders to invade their privacy. He said at times they're even equipped with cameras and microphones, which means that they can record your conversations in day-to-day life. You're sitting on the couch, and the cameras and the microphones are recording everything you say and do. Boy, that's really creepy. I mean, that's really creepy. I'm glad that we have an old-fashioned TV, right? It's a wall-mounted thing, the big screen, but I don't think it's a smart TV. Anyway, Schumer says that he acknowledged that he enjoys streaming programs over the internet on the TV, right? And he's urging the FTC to delve into the privacy issue and find ways to safeguard consumers. He's also calling on the National Institute of Standards and Technologies to furnish Congress with a report on public comments the agency recently fielded regarding recommendations to improve the security of digital devices that connect to the internet. Huh. How do you like that? Somebody spying on you in your living room or something like that? Boy, I don't know about that. Anyway, the FBI says that TV owners can reduce their risk from such intrusions by changing the device's security settings. And guidance on making those adjustments can be found through the internet search using the model number of the device along with the words privacy, camera, and microphone, the FBI says. And the FBI recommends consumers before acquiring a smart TV ascertain whether it has cameras and microphones that can be turned off. Another suggestion from the Bureau was for consumers to place a piece of black tape over the camera eye on the device. Whoa. Yeah, I think I'll stick with an old-fashioned TV, and that'll be good enough. Okay, what else have we here? Oh, recently I had a story that there's a big homeless problem in New York City, right? There's a big homeless problem in a lot of major cities, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, all that. And Mayor de Blasio is deporting thousands of homeless families across the country. So the New York Post reports that city records in New York show that homeless people have been sent to 373 American cities. So he's exporting these homeless people. The Post reports that since the program started in 2017, New York City has relocated 5,074 families. or 12,482 individuals to other areas in the city, the state, and around the country. And they're sending them to New Jersey, Georgia, Rhode Island. In Georgia, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports that a New York City program that relocates its homeless to other cities around the country is drawing fire from Marietta leaders, that's in Georgia, who say they learned it was happening from a newspaper article in the New York Post. They didn't even know what was going on. Marietta City Council members say they want answers about how New York runs its special one-time assistance program, the SOTA program, which provides 1 year's rent for eligible clients to relocate within the city. The program is the subject of a lawsuit filed December 1st by the city of Newark in New Jersey, which is one of the destination cities for New York's homeless. Wow. Anyway, the lawsuit argues the program pressures desperate homeless to accept substandard housing and that slumlords benefit from the city's program that pays for a year's rent with no checks on the living conditions. Anyway, the Post reports, where's it here? From the tropical shores of Honolulu and Puerto Rico to the badlands of Utah and backwaters of Louisiana, the Big Apple has sent local homeless families to 373 cities across the country with a full year of rent in their pockets as part of the mayor's special one-time assistance program. Usually the receiving city knows nothing about it. City taxpayers in New York have spent $89 million on rent alone. So city taxpayers in New York have spent $89 million on rent alone since the program's August 2017 inception to export all those people. Some of them have gone as far as the South Seas. Wow. That's actually, it doesn't sound bad. You're going to the South Sea, Bali, Tahiti or something. Wow. Anyway, the city also paid travel expenses through a separate taxpayer-funded program called Project Reconnect. But the city has not divulged how much it spent on that. So anyway, all these people are being sent all over the country at taxpayers' expense. That's really, are we, do we have a phone call there, Brian?
We have a taxpayer on the line.
Yes, sir. Let me see if I can guess who this taxpayer. Well, Mr. Taxpayer, would that be, let me see, Rob Carolyn?
You would be correct.
Very good. So what do you think?
I think it's awesome.
I think, hey,
pay taxes in New York City, send people to Tahiti, but you can't get on a train and get anywhere.
A year's worth of rent, in Bali or something, or Honolulu, I think that'd be great. I would volunteer.
Well, Honolulu wouldn't be.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Bali's probably a bargain in comparison to rent in New York City.
Maybe I'll volunteer to be homeless. Who knows? So how's the weather looking there, Rob?
It's not looking too bad this morning, Jonathan. We've gotten a lot of cloudiness off to our east, but we're kind of partly cloudy right now across the central and western part of the state. The reason for the clouds to our east, a big storm developing in the southern United States. It's actually going to be tracking up into southern New England tomorrow morning. It's producing a lot of icing right now in the Shenandoah Valley of Western Virginia. That moisture is going to spread through Washington this morning, up into the city this afternoon, and into New England tonight. The bulk of it stays off to our east. Some parts of southern New England, southern New York will pick up 1 to 3 inches. Our amounts are going to be a whole lot less than that. What we'll see today is an increase in the cloudiness. Temperatures will be 40 to 45. Sun came up this morning at 7:31. Sunset tonight, 4:38. And the good news about the sunsets, Jonathan, they start getting later after today. We'll have rain tonight. Lows will be 35 to 40. Some rain tomorrow, 40 to 45. Tomorrow night, as colder weather moves in, any leftover rain will change to snow showers. Lows 30 to 35. Lots of clouds, breezy, scattered snow showers on Sunday, 35 to 40. And Jonathan, the Bills are in Pittsburgh Sunday night. For that, looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy. Temperature kickoff 32.
Well, Rob, I guess I've always misunderstood this. No big surprise. But I thought that we started to get more daylight after the winter solstice. I guess
it was correct. However, what happens is this time of year, once we get to this date, the sunsets get later. But sunrise is still getting later. So we're still losing day length through the 21st. After the 22nd, we'll start to pick up daylight through the 21st of June.
Okay. All right. That settles that. Oh, I'll see. You learn something every day. Okay, Rob, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
That's my job.
Okay, thanks.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL on Thursday Night Football, the Ravens rout the Jets 42-21. Baltimore quarterback Lamar Jackson on his way to the MVP award had 5 touchdown passes. He also broke Michael Vick's single-season rushing record for a quarterback in the process. Baltimore's 12-2. They've won 10 in a row, and they wrap up the AFC North title with that win. Jets fall to 5-9 with the loss. In the NBA, the 76ers go into Boston and hand the Celtics their first home loss of the year, 115-109. Joel Embiid led Philadelphia with 38 points and 13 rebounds. Nuggets topped the Trailblazers 114-99. It was the Mavericks over the Pistons 122-111. Luka Doncic a triple-double for Dallas in the win, 41 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. And in overtime, the Cavaliers beat the Spurs 117-109. News from the NBA, where former Commissioner David Stern has been hospitalized and underwent emergency surgery after suffering a brain hemorrhage on Thursday. There's been no public release on the 77-year-old's condition.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Global stocks are rallying on signs of progress in the U.S.-China trade dispute and Britain's exit from the European Union, Brexit. The Wall Street Journal says President Trump has agreed to a limited trade agreement with China that includes canceling new tariffs to take effect on Sunday. Also, Boris Johnson's election victory in the U.K. is raising hopes for a quick resolution of Brexit. The Boeing 737 MAX might not be certified to fly again until February. The Wall Street Journal says that means the planes might not be flying passengers again until the spring. The FAA has criticized Boeing for not providing timely information and for publicly pushing for an end to the grounding. The Dow was up 220 yesterday. The Nasdaq added 63. The S&P up 26. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means the prescription medication to treat ED is super affordable at 4hims.com. And now get your first online doctor's visit free at 4hims.com. That's right. Zero copay, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. That's really good news. To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/joy.
The Ryan Agencies, your local, independent insurance agencies. The Ryan Agency is not beholden to any one insurance company. They work with many companies, offering unbiased insurance advice. Their interest is seeking your best interest. Contact the Ryan Agencies, good people offering unbiased advice, seeking your best interest.
Insurance protection you can rely on. The Ryan Agency.
At the Simmons Rockwell Nissan stores in Horseheads and Hornell, drive away in a new Nissan Altima SR all-wheel drive sedan for only $329 a month. New all-wheel drive 2020 Altima 2.5 SR models equipped with 19-inch alloys, sport-tuned suspension, and remote start. Lease with no money down for $329 a month for 36 months. Only tax and DMV fees are due at signing. Shop Simmons-Rockwell.com.
And here we are. Where did I find this? On Fox Business here. Dogs and cats. Everybody, okay. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people have dogs and cats or, a pet. Boy, do we spend money on them. Boy, howdy. Americans' love for our four-legged friends has generated a more than $70 billion a year industry, according to statistics obtained by the American Pet Products Association. With expenses such as food, vet care, and the purchase of their pet in the first place, humans doled out roughly $72 billion in 2018, and that number is expected to swell to upward of $75 billion in 2019. That number surpasses the $45 billion pet owners spent only a decade ago. Globally, the pet care industry is worth more than $100 billion, and it just keeps growing. Boy, I tell you, let me see, more than 67% of U.S. households own a pet, which equates to roughly 84.9 million homes. And the breakdown in 2018 indicates that owners spent more than $30 billion in food, more than $18 billion in vet care, and more than $16 billion in supplies and over-the-counter medicine, and nearly $2 billion for the purchase of the animals in the first place. And Another $6.31 billion was spent on other services. Not quite sure what that would be, but anyway, you got to love them. The way humans are now splurging on their pets is part of a trend called pet humanization, which is becoming more common. It refers to the trend in which consumers increasingly see their pets as family members. Absolutely, and spend more on them, according to the report from global research firm Edge. So, yeah, who's this? An analyst at Edge, Loli McCready. Anyway, he or she, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, he or she says, we are seeing the pet humanization trend proliferate, being increasingly influenced by human trends, such as ethical spending, which means that there's a bigger focus on health, wellness, sustainability, and transparency. Now, we have 3 cats, and I really don't think of them as sustainable or transparent. I'm not quite sure how that relates. But anyway, so other people throw a birthday party for their pets. And what else? Let me see. Gifts on their birthdays. Okay. According to the 2017-2018 National Pet Owners Survey from the American Pet Products Association, about 3 in 10 of dog owners and 2 in 10 of cat owners give gifts for their pets on their birthday. Well, no, not on their birthdays. Let me see. Christmas. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can give them Christmas presents. Why not? You know, and it's funny. You could spend a whole bunch of money, especially cats. Now, dogs are different. But you can spend a whole bunch of money on these specialized cat toys, right? Like a little ball with a feather in it or a bell or something like that. Our cats are pretty easy. You can give them a bottle cap, and they'll play with that stupid bottle cap all day long and bat it around, you know. And, or the ring from I don't know, a lot of bottles have rings on the top that you take. You throw that down on the floor, and they're happy. Boy, they can play with that thing all day long. It doesn't cost anything. Why people spend a lot of money on cat toys, I have no idea. But anyway, that's what cats are. That's what cats are, and that's what they do. $72 billion, eh? Man, okay, what else? Do we have time? Ooh, I don't know if I have time for this. Maybe I'll do it on Monday. That'll wait. The oldest living couple in the world is a husband and wife in Texas. This is from CNN. With a combined age of 211 years, this one couple in Austin, Texas has been named the oldest living couple in the world, according to the Guinness World Records. John Henderson is 106, and his wife Charlotte is 105. This is the 13th, and on Sunday, they will celebrate 80 years of marriage. Man, 80 years of marriage, and there's a photograph here of the couple, and they don't look a day over 80 or something. Anyway, they got married 80 years ago. The two met at the University of Texas in 1934, and they have been together for a very, very long time. Isn't that cool? Especially in our culture the way it is. Boy, howdy. Best of luck to you. Okay, that's it. I will see you Monday at 8:05. Bye.